AITA, for losing it when my fiancé sold my and my late fiancé's engagement rings. I, 33, lost my late fiancé to a severe infection, sepsis, in 2016. I proposed to her when she was sick and we were planning getting married 4 months after proposal, but she passed away and it was unexpected because her health was getting better. After being on life support for 10 hours, she died on 3.7.16 at 1 p.m., and was put to rest with her funeral on Saturday. This was so hard for me to deal with, and I had a hard time coping. The pain was unbearable. There was literally no place to just hide and forget about what happened. It's been 4 years, I'm moving on now. My then girlfriend, now fiancé of 2 months, we've been together for 16 months, came around and we started dating. Then I decided to take a step forward and propose to her. She moved in with me after I rented an apartment and changed my job. I kept my and my late fiancé's engagement rings and let her family keep most of her belongings before I moved. I have the rings along with a few photos, and stuff we bought together. My fiancé noticed the rings and said that I was weird for still keeping engagement rings. I don't know why she'd think that. It's not like I wear my past engagement ring on my finger or anything, but she seemed uncomfortable that I was keeping them as mementos. I've been struggling with money lately and she brought up selling those rings couple of times, but I just told her I'd work something out since she'd get sensitive if I told her they're so important to me, she'd react to that. My and my late fiancé's rings were missing 2 days ago. She told me she sold them on Facebook for X amount of money and bought important stuff for the apartment to help with a thing or two. I lost it. I told her she had no right to take personal stuff and sell them online for her convenience, and thinking she was helping, she lashed out saying that she didn't expect me to blow up like that and tried to justify her behavior by saying that I clearly still have feelings for my late fiancé, and asked why would I still keep my late fiancé's engagement ring when I already have a fiancé. I told her that she would never understand how much she hurt me and disrespected me by doing this. I asked her for some space and she said she wanted to spend the night at a friend's place till I figure out my priorities and realize I shouldn't have yelled like that. You are not the asshole. Your fiancé dropped these location flag location flag location flag location flag. 1. She was jealous of a woman who has passed on. 2. Went behind your back and stole from you. 3. Decided to sell personal things of yours. 4. As you put it, she disrespected you and your feelings. So she's an asshole and a thief. Not the asshole. Do not marry this girl. That was horrible and cruel of her. Find the buyer and tell them they are stolen property. Your fiancé is jealous of a ghost. Your fiancé that passed would not want you to be with someone who would treat you that way. Not the asshole. Find out who she sold them to and get them back. File a police report if you need to. This is theft. This would be a deal breaker for me, op. I'm so sorry for your losses. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You should file a police report, even if it means getting her arrested. Hopefully they can recover your stolen property. The relationship was dead the second she took cash from another person and handed them your rings. She has no respect for you at all. Not the asshole. She stole something that was incredibly personally meaningful to you. I'd file a police report and break up with her. I do not see continuing a relationship with someone who did this. Not the asshole. Do not apologize for yelling. File a police report that the rings were stolen. Pack her things and leave them on the porch. I am so sorry for your loss and that your next relationship was so bad. Not the asshole. Your fiancé is a gigantic asshole who's clearly jealous of your late fiancé. Just because you want to keep the engagement rings doesn't mean you don't want to be with your fiancé. Those engagement rings are memories of your relationship. It's not like you two broke up. She passed away. It wasn't her place to sell those rings. Also, you two have only been together for less than a year and a half and you're already thinking about marriage. That's too soon. NTA. What she did was theft, disrespectful, and wildly inappropriate. Not the asshole. She stole and sold rings that had sentimental value to you, then tried to paint you as the bad guy when you rightfully got upset. It's not wrong to hold onto something that reminds you of your late fiancé, even if it's an engagement ring. Is there any way to track down the rings and get them back? You may be able to report them stolen and see if the police will help you find who she sold it to. Not the asshole. It doesn't matter what it was, she stole from you and sold it. That is a trust issue that is hard to overcome. But she is very insecure, and your past which involves someone else you loved is not something she can control, so she wants it erased. She is small, petty, a liar, and a thief. She didn't choose just something at random to sell. Her insecurity drove her to choose a symbol of your late wife, in all but ceremony. She resents that too. You weren't starving, rent was paid, she spent the money on the apartment to justify her theft and crazy behavior. You need to break up with her if she thinks she needs an apology. Please, dump her and no regrets, you are dodging a bullet. Red flags everywhere and your story wasn't that long. Not the asshole, leave her. She isn't mature enough to be married. You're better off with someone who respects your feelings. I'm so sorry she did that. Not the asshole, please reconsider this relationship, your fiancé has absolutely no respect for you. It would be reasonable to ask you not to wear them if you were, but keeping them in a small box of precious memories seems lovely. Your deceased partner was tragically taken from you, there is nothing wrong with wanting to keep a part of her. The fact that your fiancé stole the rings and sold them after talking to you shows exactly how compassionate she is, which is none. I would let her permanently stay at that friend's place and find a woman who has more empathy than a cockroach. Also, please file a police report. She stole and sold items that were yours. You deserve those back. Not the asshole, dump her. Please don't take this the wrong way, but 16 months usually isn't a long enough time to know someone's true self. She's showing you who she really is. Everyone I know who've lost a partner has never had issues keeping memorabilia of their lost one, once they've moved on to a new partner. If your fiancée respected you, she wouldn't have even thought of you selling those rings. Call the cops, get those rings back and get the heck away from that woman. She didn't have your consent, and instead of handing you the money when you were the one who bought the rings, she spent it. She's what I like to call trash. Not the asshole, ex-fiancé, right? Not the asshole. This woman overstepped all the boundaries possible. And this comes from a 40-year-old, just to give you perspective. Not the asshole. This is theft. Find out who she sold it to, take screenshots of the messages and transaction between them and your ex. Since it's marketplace, they are probably a local. File a police report. They will have to give the rings back to you, they are stolen property. They will have to sue your ex to get the money back. Oh, and dump the girl. She is a jealous, pathetic thief. This chick doesn't understand the painful loss you experienced. I personally would end the relationship. Not the asshole. Also, I'm so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. Lose this girl. Not the asshole. File a police report. Not the asshole. This is extremely cruel behavior from your fiancé. Marrying a widower means accepting that your partner will always love that person, and being mature enough to understand that that doesn't diminish their love for you. She is not mature enough for it by a long shot. She isn't mature enough to handle the complexities of being with someone who lost their partner. Of course you will always have love for her. It doesn't mean you can't love again, but you need to be with someone who is willing to honor what that relationship meant. I think it's time to move on while also checking to see if there is any way to recover the rings. The police may be able to aid in this. You are not the asshole. She is a crazy lady, I'm sorry I am being blunt. You should leave her, seriously. Or she needs to completely understand how she has been wrong. She also thinks that you are her property and hence she decided to sell the rings. She not only took you for granted but she doesn't have a tiny bit of empathy. She has been selfish. This has to be a big omen for you to make your future call. She really is a nag and a jealous person. Edit. Gosh, I'm feeling so furious about what she did. I am so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole, do not marry his woman. Not the asshole. She's disrespectful and she sold them out of spite. You are the asshole if you stay with her. I am a widow and I would have her arrested for theft. You each had engagement rings? Not the asshole. I am so sorry for your loss. Both the loss of your fiancé and the loss of those mementos from your life together. I won't presume to tell you what to do, but I don't think you should marry this woman. This is a deep and fundamental betrayal. How could you ever trust her again? I would tell her that she needs to come collect her things and find somewhere else to live immediately. The relationship has ended and she is responsible for that period. Not the asshole. That's horrible, WTF. Are you sure this is someone you want to marry? Not only did she disrespect your wishes about your rings and stole them, she refuses to even apologize and admit that she did something hurtful. Is there any way you can get them back? Not the asshole. She had no right to steal your belongings and sell them. I would lose my poop. Let Thea be a lesson. This is how insecure she is, and is not a reflection on you. When she comes back, take the ring you gave her 2 months ago and sell it to help you get through this financial hardship. Then get rid of her. Not the asshole. Your finance is a bad person. She stole those rings because of her petty jealousy. She doesn't love you as you are. She loves some version of you that is only in her head. Please leave her. Please find out where the rings went and try to get them back. But regardless, please leave her. You deserve so much better. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. She is feeling threatened because of a dead girl. Not the asshole. Please walk away. And see if you can get your rings back. Sell her stuff if that gets you enough money to do it. Not the asshole. I'm really at a loss for what to tell you other than I hope that you are able to move past this while you are healing from breaking up with this terrible person. She wanted to spend the night at a friend's place till I figure out my priorities. Sounds like the perfect opportunity to tell her that you don't want to date or live with a thief who has made it crystal clear that your past would always be a source of insecurity in the relationship. There's no surviving this. Or at least there shouldn't be. There is like the Xbox, umbilical cord, and widower photos, all rolled up in one. Not the asshole. Just wow. What a self-centered asshole your fiancé is. I hope you are rethinking this thing. She clearly has no respect for your feelings or personal property. I'm so sorry for your loss, but I don't think this one is the one to move on with. Holy not the asshole. They were a very important item to you. Ask the fiancé who she sold them to and go begging for the rings back. This wasn't a PlayStation. It was a very sentimental item that you and only you could decide when to let go of it. Wow, just holy shit. I'm so sorry man. I think you need to consider whether this is the person you want to share your life with. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She has no boundaries, and zero respect for you or your feelings. I would seriously reconsider this relationship. Not the asshole. You didn't need to explain that they were important to you. Any adult capable of empathy would be able to figure that out, and she sold them knowing they were important to you out of spite. She isn't mature enough to be in a relationship with someone who has been through such loss, and I hope you take this as a sign that you shouldn't marry her. Not the asshole. That's evil. Not the asshole. I would strongly recommend re-evaluating your relationship with your fiancé. Grief and loss is such an incredibly personal experience and she had no right to give away your mementos. She needs to understand that this is your way of honoring your late fiancé and that it's perfectly normal and doesn't in any way diminish your love for your current fiancé. Very childish. Not the asshole. This woman has no grasp of boundaries. This sort of behavior will continue in the future and she will always act surprised at your negative reaction when she does something egregious. Get out of this relationship now. Not the asshole. Location flag, 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 location flag. Need I say anything more? Not the asshole. Report her to the police for theft. Hopefully they can recover the rings for you. Then dump her. Not the asshole. Firstly, they were your property. By selling what didn't belong to her, she's already well into asshole territory. Not only did she steal from you, she did so knowing those rings held sentimental value and after having specifically being told not to sell them. Not the asshole. What she did was terrible. Not the asshole. I am married to a man who lost his wife at 30 years old and he kept his late wife's rings to pass them down. I would never even dream of selling sentimental items or anything of hers that belonged to another woman that was a big part of him. As a woman who married a widower, this screams location flag. He wore an engagement ring too when they were engaged. She is jealous and what she did was horrible and selfish. She lacks remorse and shows you just how little she cares for you. Op. This is not a woman you should marry. Shut that door and never open it up to her. Also, file a police report ASAP. Not the asshole. New fiancé sucks and won't ever be able to fathom the level of grief you've dealt with. Keep her out of the apt for a while. Not the asshole she disrespect you by taking your things and selling. And it seems that she did it on purpose, disregarding your wishes and feelings.